We're not planning too many unhealthy settles in the future, but there'll be some unhealthy settles probably inland. Almost all this land is unhealthy. I might want another expert fruit picker, because I've got one dude training to be one here. I should probably train him in something more useful, like carpentry actually. Get him and Mother of Pearl working with the carpenter next to him to help him learn faster. That is actually a thing in the mod, according to the developers. If you have somebody to learn from, you learn faster. Yeah, I like the idea of another 2 fruit pickers actually. One for Brown Cow and one for Coral Harbor. Let's pull you off fruit picker duty. Put you outside as a colonist so you can get a ride somewhere else to go learn to be a carpenter. I really need to prioritize carpenters because I need to get things built faster. The faster I can build buildings, the faster I can advance my economy in a centralized way instead of just sprawling. But yeah, let's grab 2 fruit pickers. Stay as we are with 1,900 gold. My goodness, look at them all move. I hope he caught that. I don't know why they just stand out there. They could probably win if they attacked, but they don't. With the storage house done in Pearly Gates, that should fix our crime problem, but it does not fix, like, resolve it completely. We're at 0 positive or negative law. We need to establish law and order in the Pearly Gates. So, a couple ways to do that. I think if we bring more units, we might be able to provide more law. We do need a proper militia for the Pearly Gates. We could also build a village courthouse and then staff it with a citizen to produce law. Renowned judges cost as much as an elder statesman, by the way, so they're pretty expensive. We could also build a jail. Now our jail costs 90 stone, 60 tools, and gives 2 law. Costs 18 turns. The village courthouse costs 22 turns. That's 4 turns more. You don't need stone, you don't need tools, you just need to employ somebody. So overall, you're going to be better off. You're going to need actually courthouses and their advanced levels. The jail will only take you so far. You can also build, I think, well, not for law. You can build like a village well for health and happiness, coin chamber for food and happiness, and the graveyard is +1 cross, +1 health. So the graveyard's a pretty good choice if you got access to plenty of stone, which we actually kind of don't, other than in Pearly Gates. We'll probably eventually build graveyards, but it takes a while to build them. I don't think the benefit is that great. I'd rather build them when I have much stronger lumber mills to get it done faster. Anyway, we need a village courthouse, so that's what we're going to do next in Pearly Gates. I love the development of your colonies in this mod. Like, you start out with nothing, and then you develop even, like, the system for law and order, basically. It's really cool to go from completely undeveloped to, like, nation state, basically. It's got that Civ energy. They just don't currently have research in the game. But yes, let's begin the siege of Airpo. 1 down, hopefully. Yes, indeed. Next up, let's take the shot and burn it down. Or retreat. Is it going to be? It is indeed a withdrawal. Alright. 5.5% chance of death. Let's just dig in where we're at. We got ourselves another brave lieutenant. He would provide a total of 5 experience points to all units in the same tile. You know what? Let's, well, I'd rather give those experience points specifically to this unit so they can be better off. These guys don't have any double movements. Let's take the chance. Let's go northeast. There's no way they're going to be able to break through my Ranger 2 colonial militia dug in to a coniferous forest. So we'll send the brave lieutenant northeast, and then we'll give his experience points on the next turn, because we can't do it right now. Nope, can't do it right now. Alright, I got that expert miner and Mother of Pearl. We got the health, the happiness, and the law and order, plus the food to supply him. Let's get him working, digging that ore. And I'm going to stick with Pete on the colony square right here to eventually produce pottery from clay. Pottery sells for 13 each, which is a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Well, you had to mine clay, and then you had to get peat, but I'm not spending a person on the peat right now, so it's not that big a deal. It's a good choice. Pretty much most of my turn is spent giving orders to my treasure units to continue walking. Like, I have them automated, but every now and then they get tripped up because of barbarians or something. Alrighty, Village Hall finished in Brown Cow. Next up, we might want to... Well, culture's not our big focus in Brown Cow. Kinda think we want to get a stable built, if possible. But a stable might also need a town hall. We should be able to build a stable. Let's just stick with a jail for now. We won't actually make progress on it. I need to double check exactly what the order is to get stables. So a stable needs a storehouse, gotcha. So we're probably going to go with storage house next. Now a stable gives you 20% more livestock production. It also gives the ability to make milk and cheese. Cheese is a good that's actually demanded by quite a few of my colonies right now. So I think what we want to do is storage house. And I'm just leaving this grizzly there. The grizzly doesn't move. It's been like commanded to stand in location because that used to be an animal there. If I leave Brown Cow, I might lose a turn of production with this soldier, so I'm just going to ignore it for a while. It's completely harmless. Anyway, let's give experience points to this colonial militia, and we're developing quite the skilled military. He's going to get ranger too, and that'll be good for now. Can we assault him again? Well, we have another promotion for the heavy artillery. Let's go with explosives 3 for a plus 30% settlement attack. Fantastic, and the next one, same promotion. Let's take a look inside. 100% chance of living. Take the shot. It doesn't matter if we withdraw, that's just more experience, baby. And we withdrew. Next shot, take it. 0.9% chance of defeat. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. And he lived, thank goodness. We have the test of greatness. Excitedly, you turn over the medal in your hands. The famous general is about to arrive. A short time later, a small man stands before you who, with his watery eyes, soft handshake, and taut uniform, does not exactly correspond to your image of a war hero. You pull yourself together and congratulate him. After all, he has led your cause to victory. After the award ceremony, you watch from the window as he walks through the cheering crowd, in which there are conspicuously many wounded. Shaking your head, you turn away. Then your gaze falls upon the wounded man's bag, which he must have forgotten, and you realize why many of his soldiers are still capable of cheering. You quickly open the window and join in the cheers. That should be because we got a proper... Oh, I guess it's our first great general. I guess it's back in Preligates, right? Yeah, he spawned in Preligates. We have Seth Warner, whoever Seth Warner is. He gives 20 experience points to units in the same tile, and a plus 25% versus melee and gunpowder units when attached to a unit. We also got a Brave Lieutenant. Both of these dudes already have Brave Lieutenants, so I'd like to attach him to the heavy artillery. And let's go ahead, let's do that now, and then just share the experience of points among everybody. Let's attach to the one that's not got the negative promotion. We might want to get like a, well, not a medic promotion. One of these dudes needs to get medic at some point. In Mother of Pearl, I'm going to go immediately into a storage house after the dock because we're going to have issues with storage in not too long, most likely. Because I'm not going to sell the peat. I want to keep that for pottery later. But I'm not going to sell the geese, and the geese are going to keep getting bigger. Not bigger, faster. They're at their maximum rate because they have at least 300 on marathon or 100 on normal speed. Alrighty, 7,888 gold. Let's pick up the fruit pickers right now, and then we need to contemplate spending this money. Well, I'm gonna need another farmer, so I'd like a farmer, so let's pick a farmer. And then I need a soldier, or do I need a soldier? I have, I think, 2 soldiers on the way back, right? Yeah, it should be 2 soldiers, because I'm thinking about expanding my settlements again. You know, actually I could probably use some lumberjacks. Let's check out the overall flow of lumber. So plus 11 at the moment, so it's not bad, that's okay. I guess we don't need lumberjacks, but we will need lumberjacks once we get more settlements. So maybe I could do a lumberjack and a farmer with the disillusioned missionary right here and the colonist. I think that's a good idea. Let's grab a lumberjack. No! That's fine, actually. He's useful. So the expert hemp planter, I could set him up in the pearly gates over here, replace this dude, but he's almost become an expert hemp planter on his own. He probably has like 40, I'd say 30, 35 turns left. But we can make use of that dude elsewhere, that's fine. Anyway, let's pick up the lumberjack, pick up the farmer, send them on their way. Not to any specific colony again, trying to end up in one specific square. And we'll just stay as we are, I think, here with our money currently. Or there's a fur trader. I'd like to get that guy, but I can wait a little while. Oh, they're engaging us. Who's gonna win? He got away. We have more fruits. My lord, you colonies are growing. Luckily, you can welcome another specialist to the colonies. You've now recruited 3 experienced fruit pickers. This means you'll be getting even higher yields during the harvest. Keep up the good work. Soon the colonies will be widely known for our abundant fruit. It's not fruit I'm interested in, buddy. It's fruit brandy. It's good old fruit brandy. Looks like the natives are actually going to threaten our pioneers after all. I do not have the troops present in Hammerstruck to deal with that, so I have to pull them in. May need to think about keeping a ship nearby to go back and forth, just in case I need to reinforce Hammerstruck, in case they want to start trying to destroy actual stuff, like improvements. That great general, I think what I'm going to do of him is I'm going to make a mega medic, basically. Give them all this medic promotions on one specific unit, which can be a bit of a waste for a unit led by a great general because they get a pretty nice boost to their strength. Anyway, let's give a promotion here to our primary frigate. You're going to get veteran 2, I think, because I want you to be as tough as nails. Now there is a schooner hiding in there, and we've effectively shut down their shipping entirely. But there's another schooner right here that could take us on if he wanted to. He would lose that fight to the other privateer most likely, or withdraw. And then this schooner couldn't do anything about it, so we could just stay exactly where we're at. But I'd prefer for him to try to ship to Europe and then catch him as he leaves. So let's just back off a little bit and we'll just hide out over here. See if they want to play ball. Good lord. This one veteran heavy artillerist is his negative promotion gives him minus 50% healing in enemy lands, and we're in enemy lands right now. It'll be 34 turns until it heals up completely. This other heavy artillery has got 15 turns, so I think we need to pull back, heal up, and then come back and finish them off. We should be able to get some kills in with our regular militia right here. Take the shot, buddy. Yeah, you got him. Good deal. You can take one more shot against this native that is damaged. Yeah, let's take it. Anytime I can get regular militia experience, that's great. Like heavy artillery, it's easy to get experience on them. For natives at least. Colonial militia, it's a different story. Yeah, let's keep this brig right here, ready to move back and forth if necessary. Don't want my improvements getting attacked over here. Anyway, we got a expert hunter that has arrived. Let's push over the expert fisherman, which is making 6.6 food, to a different tile. Bring in the expert hunter. Oh my lord, don't tell me. Don't tell me that there's a specific sea hunter question. On land, gotcha. So there is a sea hunter. I mean, it's not bad. Hunters are still useful. Is sea hunter like a native trait? Probably seal hunter. Yeah, expert seal hunter. Don't think I can buy him in Europe. He's trained by natives. That sucks. Yeah, seal hunter is not in the list. Okay. So now I understand what's going on. In case expert hunter did not do that job, let's just have the fisherman keep going there. You can get back on the ship actually. And there's an indentured servant. Kinda like him to be a soldier one day. Probably take him west. Let's just take all these dudes west actually over to Fort Cod, get them set up somewhere over there. Although that expert hunter could go over to the Tapirs. And we got our free colonist that was being a fruit picker learning how to be a proper carpenter. I'd much rather have carpenters over fruit pickers. Hey, I got 2 of my colonists becoming veteran infantry soldiers. There should be the dudes over here, right? Yes, awesome. So now they have veteran 1 and 2, as well as ranger 1 and 2, plus leadership. They're fantastic, and another promotion. I kind of want to get a medic, actually. But I don't want these dudes to be the medic. I want these guys to be like my rangers. I'm kind of thinking of giving them maybe leadership 2, so they can learn faster. Let's go with that. Same thing with you, buddy. You're going to be fantastic troops. With a full strength native, we have a 98% chance of survival if we attack with that guy. 97 with the other man. I don't want to do any attacks. If I attack now, I can burn it down though. 2% chance, so we die 1 in 50 times. That does happen from time to time. But it's unlikely, so screw it. Let's do it. Yeah, bet we got him. Earned it down, baby. And we got ourselves a native slave. Alright, let's pull the gunsmith here in Fort Cod. Let's put the lumberjack in instead. We're actually almost full here. I do want the distiller to be here. Could have him do some rice production to help feed himself. I think that's a reasonable choice. A little bit of rice production to help feed yourself and make some money. And yeah, we're full up in Fort Cod, goodness. So now I've got like 3 expert hunters, right? Yeah, because I had 3 of those sea resources to make use of. So what the hell am I going to do with them? There's not really like any good fur producing places anywhere nearby other than the tapirs. There's some capybara back down here if we want to ever settle. But I think we're going to just have the hunters do their thing in a regular forest most likely. So in that case, I'll let this hunter stay here in Fort Cod. They grow their borders in 2 turns. And this indentured servant, he can chill here too. We plan to make this the military center of our colonies here in Fort Cod. Right, I'm going to have the damaged privateer heal inside this unfavorable wind. I'm going to go scout around with the healed privateer a little bit. See if anybody has decided to walk into our trap. They have not. So we're just going to hang out up in the unfavorable wind and heal. We got the lodge built just southwest of the pearly gates. Could build a road over 6 turns, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's just go build like a fruit picking station down here on the melons. And I've got a treasure standing here that's been waiting forever to get picked up, but it's not going to happen for a long time. We have way too many treasures standing around, ready to go basically, as well as coming behind them. This is a giant stack of treasures right here as well. Let's actually start connecting our cities now. I'd like to get some roads built between them. So I'm going to have the Hardy Pioneers do that since the Carib are threatening them on the western side. We have the backbone of the army. A deep roar makes you wince. It sounds like the roar of a wild bear. You stride to the window and peer out. In the street, the citizens have stopped, staring open-mouthed at the spectacle before them. Up the main street marches a troop of young recruits. Heavy marching packs bend their backs. Sweat drips from their red faces. Behind them, a sergeant marches along, shouting incessantly at the young men. Mothers at the side of the road cover their children's ears in fright, lest their tender souls be damaged by the officers' violent curses. We smile with satisfaction, knowing that drill is the backbone of the army. I think that's because we have some veterans. Oh my goodness, look at all this money. 19,333. Is there anything that we want to buy from Europe? At this point, I think the answer is basically no. Could buy some more domestic goods, that is true. Goods for domestic sale, I mean. In particular, coffee would not be a bad choice. Our citizens, they like their coffee. And hello there, the church wants 1,680 gold, sure. That increased immigration of faithful Christians, which I think gave us almost a full person here. Unless I was just looking at it wrong a moment ago. There's a native threatening my southern Hammerstruck side. There are improvements I don't want destroyed, so I'm loading a ranger from Fort Cod and trying to bring him closer to Hammerstruck to negate his movement. Although I probably should have brought the Conquistador. But there's a reason that these native mercenaries aren't attacking. And it's probably because we're so well defended here. I can still bring the Conquistador actually. Let's load him up and we'll bring him on the merchantman over to Hammerstruck. Unload him and then we'll actually wipe that native in one move. 2.5% chance of defeat, actually. Okay. Because he's stronger in marsh. If he moves into the savannah, he'd be a lot weaker. But he might not move into the savannah at all. He might run away once he sees how strong our units are in here. I think we take the shot. And man, we almost died again. This is probably a withdrawal. Not a bad thing in this case, though. There's nobody behind him, and I don't think Swamp Fox makes it so that you can double move. It does give you double movement. Gotcha, okay. So there could be somebody beyond that could double move. These are wetlands. It's very unlikely that anybody's down here, actually. He has no villages. This is mostly mixed tech land now. So we're clear to attack with the defensive garrison, and then take that shot, get that experience. And a brave lieutenant, check that out. Maybe this is gonna be... Nah, not that guy. That guy's a garrison, so I want the brave lieutenant for our proper military. Just replace the garrison though. Promote him basically. Like that idea, let's promote him. Welcome to the proper army. For him, he's already got veteran 1, so I don't want to give him veteran 2. Let's just start giving him... Let's give him close combat, let's go with that. And then close combat 2 as well. He'll be a good all-arounder. It looks like they all spawn on this coral reef, unfortunately. So I can't actually go onto that tile itself using the frigate and just sit there, which is a sad thing. We have to pick a specific colony to send to everybody to, so that I can sit in that tile and make sure that nobody can attack when they arrive on the first turn. Now, taking the shot against the Carib in the jungle here is a little dangerous. 3.7% chance of death. It's not bad. Let's do it. And oh my goodness, he almost died. But he did some good damage. Alright, that's a withdrawal. Let's see what the health difference is like. 2.9 versus 0.8. My goodness, he needs to be backed up. I got a indentured servant colonial militia that just arrived from Europe. I'm gonna back him up with that unit. That's the new garrison basically, since the other one just got promoted after all. Yep, it is a fruit plantation that increases your cocoa, fruit, and rubber output. So let's get started on that. Alright, 17,000 gold. We definitely do want to spend the money that we have on hand. I don't know if there's an event for like a frigate or something. Let's actually ask the king if maybe he wants to sell us a frigate. It's not a terrible idea. He won't sell us any kind of used ship. Alright. What next? Wish I could get some expert seal hunters, but that's just gonna have to wait. To go with a renowned judge, we're gonna need one of those at some point. Guaranteed. We could just go with more settling stuff. You know, this train old dude, it's gonna be so long before we do want to clear his specialty, but I'm just like, I don't know. To train him to make sails after all. I'm just thinking about what to spend my money on. I'm just like, I don't know for sure. I'm trying to think what the most value is. Maybe a famous actress, actually. Although, Clippers are doing alright. Yeah, they're doing okay. We don't need an actress. We could use a proper rancher. This dude's been learning to be a farmer and a rancher. I do need an expert rancher. Yeah, let's do that. Let's build that city up. I need a master rancher. I can find him. There he is. And then for brown cow, I'd really prefer to have a master carpenter. So I think I'm just gonna accept it, pay the money, get the carpenter. That leaves us with 8,973 gold. I need more health in brown cow before I can add people. Interesting. So instead of a storage house, I'd rather you start working on a medical office immediately. We also need a proper lumberjack for brown cow. But no, of course I can't actually add people to brown cow, but I can upgrade at least. That's something I can do. That means I'm really going to need another medic, but the medics are going to be like 9,000 gold now, right? 6,000. No, I'll take that then. So all y'all... Oh crap, you can't get on the ship. It's not a passenger ship. That's fine. Let's just stay as we are. Let's actually look into Mother o' Pearl spawning location. And then probably sit on there. Anyway, I hope the recording went well. But I'll see you in an instant. It is Tuesday, November 14th. This video will probably be seen tomorrow, most likely, in addition with some earlier footage I have. But I won't have some videos for a couple days while I go visit my dad, which means I really won't have time to do editing and all that jazz. Plus, actually playing this game does take quite a while per turn, and that gets increasingly bad as the colonies get larger, of course, and as they become more interdependent upon each other. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's push forward and see what kind of progress that we can make. I've been thinking a little bit about how to address the Spanish problem down here, since the Spanish have some pretty powerful units that are hard to deal with. I'm just wondering about when to do it, because he is expanding quite a bit now. Looks like he's up to 6 settlements. And indeed, he does have 6. So yeah, I'd like to attack him sooner rather than later and lock down this area as our land and basically take this entire... I'm not sure you'd call it a peninsula, but it's sort of a peninsula right here. It's a little too big though. I'd like to lock down this whole thing, basically. If we were to actually settle this entire landmass, that would be a ridiculous, well, yeah, ridiculous number of colonies to manage. So by that point, who knows if I want to keep playing by that point, because then it would be like an hour more per turn, probably. So, we'll see. Anyway, thinking about addressing them, I'm wondering about upgrading some of our offensive military to be line infantry, which is the strongest version of themselves. They need more guns, and they also need blades, actually. They do also need more gunpowder. They need twice as much gunpowder. So you damn near need an entire extra unit to make line infantry, but line infantry, they have a lot more strength than colonial militias. So they're by nature a lot more powerful. They're just way more expensive. You're better off in terms of bang for your buck going with colonial militia instead of line infantry, but when you need like a spearhead to attack something, you want line infantry. So yeah, that's one thing I'm going to consider. I'm not sure how the hell we deal with the native mercenaries here. Like, we have deciduous forest and coniferous forest, and this was a bug that was fixed by Ray Stuttgart recently in the most recent commit to the developer, or the GitHub specifically. If you play the developer version, you'll be able to download that commit, and then this little bug where the natives get such a huge number of native mercenaries shouldn't happen. It happens specifically on marathon speed. Basically, the calculation didn't take into account the game speed. Anyway, these dudes have 10% coniferous forest attack, which is kind of surprising. I would expect them to be stronger, but these are dudes that came from a swamp tribe instead of a forest tribe. So they're actually not as powerful in the forest because they have a good bit of strength in wetland, marsh, that kind of thing. So we definitely do not want to fight these mercs in a wetland environment because we'll get our butts kicked. But we could probably get away with it in the regular forest. We have pretty good odds of defensively taking them on, but would they actually attack is the other question. Are they just going to sit here because they're so afraid of our troops here? I don't know. I still think the best plan is to sail around, destroying the villages from behind, and basically wiping them down to a very minuscule, maybe a single settlement that they'll go concentrate those mercenaries at. But then that problem never goes away. Like, these mercenaries, they don't cost anything to maintain. They don't cost gold. So they'll always exist. Meaning this tribe will always be quite dangerous with these dudes. And they have so many units, they could just overwhelm anything I send at them. So I'd have to send a pretty large military to actually deal with these things, like probably at least 3 line infantry, maybe 4 or 5 line infantry just set up on this hill, and that's hoping they attack. It is one hell of a conundrum. Let's go ahead and let's just press forward and take things as they come. Of course, I may have forgotten a few things. That has been a decent amount of time since I played. And we've got an expert miner who we can make use of, mining some ore most likely. Oh man, establishing a mission with this tribe would be a 65% success rate. I'm gonna wait on that. I wonder if it's based on how many other missions that you have established. I cannot recall if I've established missions with this dude already. Oh, it's because there are already other missions. I bet that's the issue. So as you establish missions with a tribe, you must also lower the chances of those missions being established in the future, even from other colonies. That's an interesting mechanic. So that's a nice little addition of competitiveness. So I need to send this dude to a different tribe. Let's send him over to maybe Dainzu or Daniban. I don't think size influences how fast you get converts, but it might. Yeah, screw it. Let's go for Daniban over here, a 9 population city, which is really impressive. I can't recall the largest native village I've seen. I think 9 is as big as I've seen them. This Corvette does need some promotion, so I am going to send him south into this dark area. Oh crap, I bet the freaking Portuguese. Damn, the damn Portuguese, man.